This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I'm here with Bentley Baths. Since 2003, they have been dedicated to your safety by providing walk-in therapy tubs for individuals, seniors, and caregivers across the nation. I'm joined once again by the CEO, founder, George. Thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you.
Let's start off a little bit about yourself. I mean, you're an author, speaker, aging in place specialist, consumer advocate, yet your background is that of law. You have studied in some of the finest educational facilities in the nation, including Harvard. You've continued educating the public through wellness technology on stages across the country, now by radio. Share again why you're not really looking for this business. It found you.
Yeah, it sure did. And I'm glad. I'm having a lot of fun. As you know, I started this business primarily because of my parents. My mother fell in the bathtub, broke her hip. That led to a downward spiral medically, and we eventually lost her in a nursing home. And I tell people that my mother falling in the bathroom and hurting herself, that injury was the beginning of the end of her life. It was the beginning of a new focus and dedication of my father. And it was the beginning of a new passion and purpose in my life. So really this entire business is me following the universe, if you will, in terms of dealing with these challenges that my parents were facing. And in the process, I became educated. And now I have expertise. Like you said, I wasn't really looking for this business, but I know what I know from helping thousands of people over almost 19 years now. And it's a positive thing for me because after my mom passed, my dad said, I'll never go into a nursing home. And that's when I dedicated my life to helping my dad figure out how to do that. And I couldn't find anybody to help me. And my dad used to say, I want to make it to 100. And he just passed in April at 102. And people say, oh my God, you lost your dad. I did. And I used to say my dad was my poster child, right? I mean, I could experiment with my dad. He was like, I'll try it. If it'll help me be happier and healthier, I'll do it. My dad did a medical hydrotherapy every day. Wow. He was one of the first people I provided a walk-in bathtub to. And his passing was really a positive thing because my dad lived independently every day of his life. He never went into a nursing home. He took care of himself. We modified his house to make it safe for him. And my father passed with me and my sister and his two oldest grandkids beside him. And my dad's favorite saying, and you can go check out his eulogy on YouTube if you want. I did a eulogy for him. But my dad's favorite saying was, oh, happy days. And he loved to make every day happy. And his final words were actually, I'm happy. Those were his last words. And my point is, I've shifted again because of this. And now I'm going, wait a minute, it's my turn. What about me? I'm almost 70 years old. How many baby boomers, people my age, are moving into old age, kicking and screaming? And we need to be learning, how do I age and stay healthy and vibrant? How do I make it to 102? How do I live my life in a way that I can be happy every day? And making your bathroom safe. The home, this COVID thing has really taught everybody that we need to make our homes accommodating. This is where we end up living. And as we get older, it really does become our castle. It becomes harder for us to get out. But COVID has made this aware and top of mind for everybody, right? So think about all the baby boomers and their parents that are still alive. We need to make our homes safe. Okay. And the most dangerous room in the house is the bathroom.
Let me ask you this. I mean, most elderly, they want to stay in their home. You have interviewed well over 10,000 adults, their adult children, their caregivers over the past nearly 2 decades. Do you think that'll always be the answer in the future? I mean, will everyone always want to stay at home?
I swear to God, I've had one person in all this time tell me that they want to go to a nursing home. And I'm like, where's this coming from, right? Come to find out the guy owns a nursing home, and he's got
it's like being home.
Yep, he's got a luxury suite laid out for. But honest to God, everybody wants to be independent, especially baby boomers. I mean, we've impacted every movement in this country for the last 60 years, and we're going to continue to do that. And that's another key point I try to get across to people is we baby boomers are either going to capsize our economy or we're going to brace it up. And we're going to capsize it if we keep hurting ourselves, we keep getting sick, we consume more health care because we're eating poorly, we're not exercising. Everything I can do to keep myself healthy and vibrant not only improves the quality of my life,
Sure.
it has a huge impact on society.
Most of the elderly out there that want to stay home, they will admit, as well as their kids will admit, that it's a risk to stay home. So it's more than just stay home, they want to stay safe. Compared to when you first started in 2003, do you feel that most of the public out there knows that that technology that you provided, it now exists? I mean, do you think we've been educated a little bit in that area, or are you still saying we need to do more?
No, we don't. And baby boomers, I say the two biggest killers are ignorance and denial. And one of the things that, speaking for myself, I don't want to admit that maybe I'm not quite as safe as I used to be. I don't want to admit that I might need help, or I don't want to have to use medications and prescriptions and things of that nature. But by not educating myself, remaining ignorant, and by living with denial, I am continuously putting myself and my family and society at risk, because that's where the tagline, call before you fall. We're not fear mongers. I don't like spreading fear. I want to spread positive information and joy. I wrote a book 20 years ago, 15 years ago, called Killer Bathrooms, because I just thought, oh my God, we have 3.6 million baby boomers and older injuring themselves in their bathrooms every year. We have more seniors dying from bathroom-related falls and injuries than automobile accidents. And we don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
And so one of my biggest challenges is I'm focusing primarily on baby boomers.
Okay.
And a lot of us tend to say, I'm okay. I don't need anything. I just installed a walk-in bathtub for my wife's ex-husband. Okay, we're close friends. It's a great relationship. But he's my age. And I can get into and out of a bathtub, but I'm not telling you I can do it without some risk.
Sure.
I can stand in a shower and bathe myself, but I'm going to tell you, I don't know how to make a shower safe. It's inherently dangerous. I'm standing, moving, I call it doing the rain dance. There's nothing I can do to make a shower completely safe. So what's happening in our society still, it was this way when I started, it's still this way. People call, they respond to TV ads, and that's another question or a concern I've got. We've got these large national name brand companies that they force people in to in-home appointments. That's the only way you can get information, is to have a salesman come out. And I'm done with all that. I don't want to do that anymore. No. Part of what I want you to help me get out is the fact that I'm putting together webinars, seminars. I'm republishing the book. I got a little off track there.
Yeah.
I'm changing it from killer bathrooms to the joy of bathing, because it truly can be life-altering and a spa-like environment for us that helps us with our health. It does not have to be this inherently dangerous environment. And especially as we get older, I've got to go in that bathroom multiple times every day. I have to maintain my hygiene. I've got to do that, so that's why I say the bathroom is absolutely the place to start.
It's the center point. I mean, when you begin researching for your mother, I mean, there was not a lot of information. That's what kind of shocked you on the get-go.
Yeah.
You provide products, but really what you provide, and really you've always provided, is information. I mean, that's the heart of what you do.
Yep.
I mean, do you feel that that's kind of your underlying passion?
That's it.
And you're continuing doing that?
Yep, I would not be in this business if I was just a bathtub salesman. I mean, I wouldn't. Okay, I'm an attorney. There are other things I could be doing with my time, right? But I saw this vast need, and when I was walking out of the nursing home with my mother's. Still hard.
Yeah. Still
Almost 20 years. You know how many times I've told this story? And it
Every time.
it gets me every time. You know, I can hardly, but I'm walking out with my mom's possessions. My mom was 83 years old when she fell. She was healthy as a horse. I called her Nana Schwarzenegger, and not just because she worked out 5 days a week. She spoke with this funky Australian accent, and I think she wanted to marry a Kennedy. But anyway, I called her Nana Schwarzenegger because she was healthy as a horse.
Yeah.
And when she fell and hurt herself, she went into the hospital, and that downward spiral started. And it wasn't the broken hip that killed my mother. They're called iatrogenic illnesses. Do you know what an iatrogenic condition is?
No.
It kills more people according to the American Medical Association. Iatrogenic conditions kill more Americans than heart disease and cancer combined. An iatrogenic condition is an illness or injury that develops because of seeking health care or therapy. So what happened to my mom happens to millions of other people. She goes into the hospital, she's in pain, they give her one of these opioid-based pain medications. She was a rapid metabolizer. By the way, knowledge, information, there are tests, there's a pharmacogenetic test we can take that tells me how I react to all these different pharmaceuticals, so I don't have to make the same mistake my mom did. But she had a reaction, adverse drug reaction, caused her to have a stroke. She lost 60% of her cognitive ability almost overnight. Now it's a whole new ball game. Now she's in the hospital being treated for all these. She has a series of heart, it just on and on and on.
Not the
8
hip.
weeks, not the hip,
No.
not the hip, everything else. And these conditions kill more people, and we're beginning to talk about adverse drug reactions. As consumers, we're beginning to get educated about, well, wait a minute, maybe I don't need to pop a pill and take a pharmaceutical for everything that's going on in my life. And again, that's part of the knowledge piece. That's medical hydrotherapy. I developed medical hydrotherapy because it's an all-natural process. It's not magic.
No.
It's just a process whereby I can give my body what it needs to heal itself. And I don't have to take a pain medication, or I can get off of blood pressure medications, or I can do other things. And the other key about medical hydrotherapy is it gives our body what it needs to stay healthy and heal. So it's not just getting me off of pharmaceuticals or reducing them. I can actually positively benefit my body as if I were exercising.
You're talking about positive benefit of your body. I definitely want to talk about that. What started this was just safety in the home. Touch a little bit on the products about safety in the home. I mean, quite honestly, this is for the elderly, but honestly, any age, that bathtub is still a dangerous place. Sure. I don't care if you're a kid, I don't care if you're me or yourself. How do these walk-in baths, how do they differ from what we find in a typical home?
Well, if I were Harry Potter, you know, and I had a magic wand, I would create an environment that I can go into anytime I want to, and I don't have to worry about slipping and falling, hurting myself, getting stuck in a tub, anything. It would just be magical, right? And it wouldn't matter whether I was 77, 107, or 17.
Yeah.
I tell people in the future, nobody's going to climb over a wall and lay down on the floor to bathe themselves. It's just not going to happen. And what is going to happen, though, is we're going to continue to move to natural healing, water-based therapies. Doctors are prescribing these water-based therapies for all kinds of stuff. Well, that's going to be in our home. And I'll use it no matter what my age is. We've got in our head that walk-in tubs are for the elderly because that's where the marketers, when they first started, realized that's where the demand is. These are the people that get stuck in their tub, right? They can't get out. But if I've got access to a natural, my wife's ex-husband, he's a healthy bike rider. This guy is not incapacitated physically in any way, but he can help his body recover. I love to show this picture of Peyton Manning sitting in a tub of ice water. If you go into a professional sports training facility, you are not going to see a hot tub. You're not going to see a water jetted jacuzzi type tub. You're going to see this metal trough. I've got one out there to show you. Looks like a cattle trough. They put an outboard motor on it, right? It's an air pump. But what they're doing is they're delivering what I've trademarked as medical hydrotherapy. This is warmed air. The definition of medical hydrotherapy is temperature appropriate, sanitary, non-aggressive whole body massage. So when I stimulate my entire body simultaneously, and hot tubs are hot, right? Peyton Manning sitting in a tub of ice water makes you go, well, wait a minute, that's cold. We know our body heals itself based on temperature and massage. So there's what I call the mechanical aspect, which is the physical massage, movement of the body. And there's the temperature, the thermal aspect. So that water can be cold, warm, hot, tepid, depends on what I'm trying to heal. So for example, everybody listening to this knows that if I sprain my ankle, I'm going to put ice on it.
Right.
I'm not going to put heat on it until it has healed a little bit, right? Not swelling anymore. Now I can move to the healing of warmth. Well, our entire bodies are like that. So if I can stay in this cozy, warm, appropriate temperature environment for 15 to 20 minutes, non-aggressive whole body massage, what happens is I stimulate my lymphatic system.
Right.
When you go to the doctor, and I, in my other activities and my talks and all this kind of stuff, I call myself a curious George. You know, it's the only reason I know what I do is I keep asking questions, and I challenge my listeners and other people to do the same thing. Always ask why. Why does somebody say something to you the way they do? Why does somebody try to sell you a walk-in tub the way they do it? Why does a doctor say the things they do to you? You should be asking questions. And when your doctor says to you, you know, Gary, you need to exercise. And especially if you got a little mileage on you, right? You're 60, 65, 70. Right. They're not saying go out and start lifting weights and trying to be another Nana Schwarzenegger, right? What they're really saying is move, walk, do anything that causes your body to move. And it's okay to use resistance, but you don't have to. Walking is one of the best exercises we can do for our health and for our healing. And why?
Right.
Why? Because our lymphatic system is the part of our body that detoxes, oxygenates, cleanses, flushes out all the lactic acids and the inflammations that build up in our body. Every condition that we describe as age-related or degenerative in Western medicine, which is all of them. I got a neck that's bothering me right now. Yeah. There's inflammation in there. My knees are starting to go. That lymphatic system flushes these toxins and inflammations out. They help our body clear out pharmaceuticals, anything that's negative to us.
I mean, it amazes me when you talk about this system because it's working on the largest organ in our body, which is our skin.
Yep.
Yet it's working at a micro level.
Yep.
I mean, basically, this is not your daddy's hot tub of the 80s. No. There's a whole different thing going on, something that people don't realize. It's more than a massage, which is amazing. Proactive approach. I mean, it's always been wiser than a reactive approach, almost in any area of our life. The same goes here.
Yep.
Choosing a product before the risk is even apparent. Maybe even budgeting for this product down the line. Maybe understanding that we're going to modify our home. Do you think that is much needed so that we just don't, boom, hit us right in the face?
Absolutely. And that's why I've created, I have a whole house assessment that we can do, and that's part of the certifications. Okay, it's not ego. I've got competitors who think that I'm all about ego, but what I'm really about is credibility. And I want people to know there's a human being behind this business. I'm a real person. And so let's just talk about equipment real fast. You know, how do I know a quality walk-in bathtub from a piece of garbage? You don't, but I do. And so what I try to tell my customers is, look, if I'm putting my name on that product, I'm telling you it's the best out there. If there was something better, I'd put my name on that. So I'm trying to eliminate some of this confusion and overwhelm that we can get into trying to make a decision about a significant and important investment without being able to get clear, open, accurate information about it. So knowledge really is power.
Definitely so. I mean, for you, this is much more than just preventing accidents, which maybe start at the beginning. This is about a better quality of life, regardless of your age. The product, it's out of the showroom. We don't have a showroom. We're now utilizing technology, the World Wide Web, radio, vlogs to really put information directly into thousands of people's homes. Not only, it's not about products anymore so much as the fact that the information behind them, so people go out and get them on their own and understand.
You can come to our website, you can call us. At time permitting, I will literally get on the phone with you and help walk you through this. But these digital, it's like an encyclopedia of information about these products and what they can do. So I've created this webinar. I've got the podcast and the radio show. It's on hiatus right now, but we're going to kick that back up. But the idea is we'll give you the information. And we're not going to try to sell you anything. We're going to teach you. And you can consume it at your own pace. You can go to this webinar and I'll take you through and you can consume the information, or you can call us and we'll walk you through it. Of course, we sell walk-in bathtubs. I mean, that's how we make a living. We don't give things away. However, I don't have to sell one to you. I can educate you and I can teach you to be proactive, which was where your question really was. If I'm proactive, I'm thinking about, okay, rest of my life. My home here has stairs. My wife's 94-year-old mother lives with us. We don't let her go upstairs anymore, right? Because it's not safe for her. If she had to go up there, there's technology, stair glides, lifts, elevate, whatever we need to do. We will do a whole house assessment. I call it we create a life plan. And the idea is, okay, Gary's going, all right, I need to do something in my bathroom at some point. What will that be? And when am I going to do it? And what's it going to cost me? How do I know it's time for me to think about a ramp outside or getting rid of steps? Right. How do I know that maybe I need to do something in my kitchen, lower shelves down, do things to make it safe? And that's why those certifications. Certified Aging in Place Specialist, Certified Environmental Access Consultant, and I'm a Class C General Contractor. So I know how to construct, build, destruct, make it work, and I understand what makes something safe and makes something dangerous, and we can guide people through that.
I've interviewed hundreds and hundreds of businesses over the past 10 years. I'm always looking for companies that it's rare anymore, that even if they buy from you or they don't, they're going to walk away educated. They're going to walk away knowing a heck of a lot more than they did before. Bentley has always been professional, grade A products that you've put your name on. So when people go out to purchase something, they want to make sure they're buying from a professional, somebody who's done the years of research, somebody who takes the time to actually assess my body, my needs, my home. I mean, this is not a big box store purchase, folks. No. This isn't something you get
online. And it's not an internet purchase either.
An internet to ship in. And if you're going to buy something on the internet, you got to make sure the professionals behind it that can walk you through it. Is that something that you lean towards all the time?
All the time. That's where we're headed. I'm trying to democratize this business, meaning it doesn't require showrooms, brick and mortar. It doesn't matter where in the country you live. Your needs and your informational requirements are the same. I mean, not the answers, but the questions are the same. Right. What should I be doing? And I've created an assessment. I call it My Perfect Solution Walk-in Tub Assessment. It's free. It's on the website. You can go through it. But when you go through that, it's going to tell you where you are in the decision-making process. Should I be hot on this, or should I just kind of be planning for the future, saving up? It's going to say, hey, are you like me? I'm a little bit older. I've got some health issues. I can do it for the pain management and all that. But, I'm okay bathing unless I hurt myself. Or it's going to say, look, you're young. You don't really have any needs. You would look at something like this strictly for the health recovery. You're a weekend warrior, athlete, whatever. You work in construction. You're going to want this for the therapy. Or, you know what? I'm older. I've got some degenerative conditions. I can't really bathe myself. So I need to do this now. And those are the folks that are vulnerable.
Yeah.
If the only way you could get information was you call a big brand name company, and most of those are licensing relationships, you're calling a walk-in tub marketing company, they're going to answer the phone. That person answering that phone's only job is to set an appointment for an in-home closer to go in. That's their only job. And this started with my dad. When I first heard about walking, that's why I'm here, is I call this company, which shall remain nameless, but it's fairly standard in the United States. Oh, America. Okay. Anyway, I call and it's like, well, we'll send a salesman. No, I just want information. I don't even know what these things are. Well, the salesman will give that to your dad. My dad's 90 years old. I don't know what he needs. Well, the salesman will go over all that.
They weren't even in the business of wellness. That person is in the business of lead generation. Plain and simple. That whole company is based off of that. I mean, you, obviously your expertise is walk-in baths, but you've always provided the products around the house, be it lifts, ramps, elevators, and this is all pretty much done with no middleman.
Right. That's exactly right. And that's democratizing it. So now you live in Connecticut, or your mom or dad's in Connecticut and you need help. I can help your family make the decision, this is what we need, this is what we need to be doing it. There's almost always some form of construction involved in this. So I have a network of national factory certified installers that I can recommend to people. So that gives us the opportunity to contract for the whole project. Or I've got people going, hey, my cousin Charlie's a plumber, he knows how to do this. Or I've got somebody, a handyman that I've worked with for years. One of the biggest issues around the installation is, and I say this, it's not rocket science, but there is a science to it. You don't want to have whoever's doing that work for you to be putting in their first walk-in bathtub, okay? You want it to be their 300th, 400th. And we can now educate the installers, whoever's doing it. We can help them through the process so you're not really at risk at any point, and the consumer gets to decide, okay, what features do I want? What shell do I want? What tub, where do I want it? Who do I want to install it? We'll help you through that whole process. And it's the bottom line is whatever's better for you. And if you get through the end of the information, you're going, you know what, I'm not quite ready yet. Fine, because I know what's going to happen when you decide you are ready. You're going to call us, and we'll help you then. And that's fine. I can't ask for any more than that. Some people may want to do business with somebody else. I'm okay with that. They want somebody that's got a showroom right across the street from them. Okay, that's fine. But I can still guide you through the process of knowing that when you make that purchase, that you're not paying for something you don't want, you don't need. That's one of the biggest sins that's happening right now, is people are being forced to buy equipment, technologies, therapy processes they neither want nor they need, and makes it very expensive. It's a one-size-fits-all kind of approach. I'm telling everybody it's just the opposite. It should be the perfect fit for you. What's perfect for you?
And that's a shame because of the elderly. I mean, they're the target, and so people are doing this. You really move beyond the limit of four walls of a showroom. We're talking about taking this across the nation. Walk-in baths started this, but it's not where you ended.
Right.
You still keep people safe, but you've gone beyond. This is truly through wellness technology, you're creating better lives. Does this continue to be rewarding for you?
No, I love it. I'm retired, right? I get up, I'm almost 70 years old, and I'm going to work till the day I die. Remember, my dad's my role model, right? And an active mind and an active body stays vibrant and healthy. And I believe that. And I get up every day and I do what I do because I love it. And that's why I stay so focused on information. I don't have to talk anybody into anything. I just need to help them slow down, trust a little bit. I'll earn your trust, but get me in the conversation. Just talk to us. We'll help you, give you the information that you need no matter what you decide to do.
Excellent story. Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. You're going to see their website. First of all, on the website, take a look a little bit more about this company that basically began back in 2003. Really took a gentleman off his track because he was looking for some questions, really looking for the answers to these questions about his mother, then became his father. And basically check out the reviews and the testimonials. You're going to see this is a company that basically from the get-go has never sold anybody anything. They've really educated people every single day, giving them the information. And with that information, you're equipped to basically make an educated decision about your loved one, possibly about yourself, not only in the future, but about preventing today so that you can continue on. Let's face it, many of us here today, especially the baby boomers, they can live to 80, 90, 100. And it's going to be a quality life and be able to at that end day say, I'm happy, and realize that you've lived a life that has been fulfilling, as well as educating everyone around you. That is Bentley Baths since 2003, the leading authority in walk-in therapy, tubs, and wellness technology. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.